After experimenting with multiple mobile providers last year in Houston, we found that T-Mobile provides not only the best coverage, but the fastest upload speeds available. This year we're expecting to get about 10 times the upload speed that we had over last year. In addition, T-Mobile provides us with static IP address, allowing us to connect to the internet via our Cradlepoint modem. The static IP address will also allow us to set up a VPN on the robot with this router so we can always find the robot on the internet. We no longer have to wait for it to call us. The router will also be able to establish local IP addresses for different components on the robot, such as our IP access camera and our USB H.264 camera. All cameras on the robot now have their own native video encoding, which means we no longer need a Windows box on the robot in order to process the video before sending it out across the internet. Because we no longer need a Windows box, we replace most processing power on the robot with these BeagleBones. The BeagleBone will connect to the VPN, which will be connected back to Mission Control. It will take commands from Mission Control and send them out via UART serial to the various microcontrollers on the robot.
Col5's electronic systems consist primarily of discrete components connected with jumper wire and housed in aluminum enclosures. This style of design leads to unnecessary weight and complex assembly, and much frustration in troubleshooting. In Col6, we've begun moving towards integrated custom-printed circuit boards to locate and connect discrete components, saving weight, minimizing assembly time, and reducing complexity. The Col5 drive box weighs almost half a kilogram and took several hours to assemble, while this drive shield from Col6 accomplishes a similar function, weighs less than 50 grams, and can be assembled without a wiring diagram. Custom circuit boards also allow us to improve battery technology. Col5's battery weighs over 5 kilograms and incorporates a dedicated battery protection module. However, hobby lithium polymer batteries offer much higher energy density, almost half of Col5's battery at 10% of the weight, but do not include integrated protection circuits. To solve this problem, we've designed one of our own. Using Altium Designer, the RoboUtes have developed an integrated battery protection and power distribution system, providing real-time voltage monitoring of each individual cell in the battery pack, and implementing an array of power MOSFETs to distribute power to the robot on a subsystem level. This allows for each subsystem to be power cycled independently, or temporarily disabled in the event of fault. Also, Altium Designer allows models to be exported in step format, facilitating integration between ECAD and MCAD designs, and allowing the mechanical team using SolidWorks to design enclosures and place electronics components more easily in the robot design.
The drive system of Col6 consists of 4 field-replaceable mobility modules, or FERMs. The brain of the FERM is the Firm Electronics Module, also known as the FEM. Custom PCBs have been designed and are undergoing testing. The FEM combines a motor controller, microcontroller, and current sensor, reducing load on the slave microcontroller for dual-layer PID control and an increased resolution from encoders. This will further improve low-speed terrain traversal. The drive system in its current implementation has motors analogous in features, size, and torque to the spec'd Col6 drive motors. The odometry information from the development drive system has been coupled with an attitude and heading reference system and a GPS module. Autonomous terrain traversal capabilities are being added to the robust 2-layer PID control. The Alpha Mobility System platform is testing the FEMs and has fully implemented mobility control, including dead reckoning, attitude, GPS positioning, and distance-based control. Looking forward, we plan on adding path planning and smart traversal.
The Col family of robotic platforms the RoboUtes have built all feature a 4-wheel drive robot with a spine-articulated system. This has really been successful for any of the obstacles we've encountered in the field, and our terrain traversal has been one of the best. Unfortunately, Col5 has motors and encoders that are virtually impossible to uninstall without breaking the encoders. So, in fact, this wheel right here is broken, and it would be an exercise in futility to try to replace it. In order to address that, we've tried to increase the modularity of the mobility system with these FERMs. A FERM encompasses a motor and the drive electronics and the encoder all in one bit, and it's very easily removable and easy to install. Let me demonstrate. 2 fasteners and an electrical connection, you'll be able to install and reinstall a new firm with very little effort. Cole 5's chassis was one of the first things that was designed last year, and as such it kind of ended up as a bin of stuff. This year we have 2 prototype chassis, a mechanical mock-up and a software mock-up, and we're working with each of the subsystems to have a final implementation of the chassis that works with each of those subsystems.
Cole 6 sample acquisition system consists of a 3-DOF serial manipulator for end effector positioning, a 2-DOF wrist for end effector orientation, and the end effector itself. The serial manipulator is actuated via a series of rotary gear motors and kept under control with a dual-layer PID controller that maps position error to speed and speed error to voltage. Over the next couple of months, we will be adding current sensing and trajectory planning to further dial in the arm controls.
The wrist and hand borrow heavily from the successful grasping system featured on Cole 5, using 3 linear actuators to roughly approximate the motions of a Delta robot. Currently, the arm is fully posable via joint angles, but direct manipulation of joint angles has historically proven to be a slow and ineffective method of robot control.
We are also looking at more intuitive control methods, including the LEAP motion control system. The LEAP uses infrared cameras to gather position and orientation of the user's hand and transmits that data to the robot arm. The arm then uses inverse kinematic solvers to turn that into joint commands for the turntable, shoulder, and elbow joints. Preliminary testing indicates that this intuitive control scheme significantly increases the speed at which we're able to pick up rocks.